Hey, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It is morning. I'm trying to speak softly so I don't wake my family up as I record this, so I hope this is coming through clearly for you. So I got some questions and comments regarding my settings, what exactly is my low-end PC that I was playing ARC on, and I was playing through GeForce. So I'm going to clarify some of those things just so it's clear, and also kind of an experiment to really show what some of the differences are in this setting. So I'm not I don't know what the outcome is going to be as I go through this, but I'm going to kind of show different settings and what the actual settings are, change some of the settings and see what the result is, and we'll kind of learn together what works and what doesn't, and we'll go from there. So hopefully this will be a useful video for those who don't have a great PC and want to play ARC Ascended. So a little bit about my PC. It's maybe 3 years old at this point, and I only paid about $1,000 for it. It's an i7 processor. It's got a Nvidia graphics card. It's a GTX 1660 Super, 8 megabyte, I believe. I'm going to put the exact specs in the description, and I'll put them up on the screen when I go through the edit. It originally had 16 gig of RAM, and I recently updated it to 64 gig rather RAM. So I'm pretty good on RAM, and I'll put the specs of the RAM in the description as well. And I did add some hard drives to it since I've had it, and one of them is an SSD, which I am running running ARC on. So I'll put the models as much as I can find in the models and the specs for the RAM, the hard drive, the processor, and the graphics card in the description and throughout the video. So that's what I'm starting with here. Settings of the game. Here's my video settings currently. I'm not sure what all of these mean, be honest. I'm wondering what light bloom is, and it's on. Should I turn that off? Would that help? Motion blur, again, should I turn that off? Would that help? Those are the video settings there. TX. Enable hardware accelerated GPU. Don't know what any of this means. Don't know what this means. So if any of you can help and explain some of that in the comments, it'd be really helpful to me. UI settings. I'm just going to show them. I'm really not going to go through. I'm not going to make any changes in anything at the moment. So those would be the UI settings and the camera settings. We'll go into advanced. And I'm not going to worry about keyboard and gamepad settings. I hadn't changed anything there, or even looked at any of those. I don't think I've changed anything here either, but except for console access, I turned on, so I could make a couple of setting differences, but that I saw in another video that I had mentioned. So that's that. So then let's go, and we will resume a game. the island. I have no active mods. Anything here? I don't think there's anything here that really affects what the game looks like. But I'll just go through the settings so you can see them. Something might jump out at somebody and then might get a comment, which would be good. I think I did turn up the XP a little bit, if I remember right. I don't remember what the defaults were on some of this. I know I didn't mess around with much. So that's everything there. So let's call this will be our baseline, just running the game through Steam. Go into single player. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just do a couple of little things here. So, standing on the beach, looking up at the clouds, you can see they just look very pixelated, dark and billowy. Kind of look at the wood. You look at the wood grain there. Look at the rocks and the foliage, trees. And I am at, just standing here looking around, I'm at 44 frames per second through Steam. And let's see, when I'm running here, 48. It's bouncing back and forth between 44 and 48. And let's go do a rock here, and 47, 50 frames per second. So that will be our baseline. Just running the game through Steam. Okay. So with that, let's and I'm going to start the game again, and we're going to go ahead and run this through GeForce Experience. Okay, we're back. Running the game now through GeForce Experience. Now, not to be confused with GeForce Now. I know in a comment somebody suggested that I was running through GeForce Now. I don't have GeForce Now. Basically, with my Nvidia graphics card, the way I update my drivers in that graphics card is through the GeForce Experience site. In GeForce Experience, you have the ability to optimize game, and so that's what I'm running this through. Not GeForce Now. It's the GeForce Experience with the game optimized. Let me just make sure that I've got it optimized. I'm gonna jump out again. Sorry. Okay, so, okay, I am back in, and I did go into GeForce Experience, and I clicked on Optimize Settings, and it did tell me I'm unable to use the game on optimal settings, I may get unplayable frame rates. But hit optimize, which is what I had done before. It says everything is low. So let's start the game. And let's go see what our baseline looks like through GeForce Now. I'm sorry, GeForce Experience. Okay, so back on the same beach. See, the clouds look essentially the same, kind of pixelated. You know what I did not do was get a good look at the water, just the trees and the rocks. And I am right at 43, 42 frames per second. Standing here now, 47. So no real difference. I should have jumped up on this rock and looked at the water. Everybody could see the water. Water's nice and blue. And let's see, so now I'm at 39 when I was running up on that rock. 30. Okay. Let's go break up a rock here. I'm at 60 frames per second breaking up a rock. So I don't see right now, looking at the baseline, any real improvement in performance with running it through the GeForce Experience. It all looks about the same. So console commands that I used, and let's take a look at those. I go into console command. These were the console commands that I saw from that video that I mentioned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one of these at a time. I'm going to start with the clouds because I know that one makes a significant difference right away. So I'll put that in. And look at that. Look at the sky now. So that made a huge difference. And now I am at 60 frames per second. $55. But definitely 51. Let's go break up a rock. And a nice rock to beat on. 53. When I was running, I went down to 42. Take a look at the water. I think the game looks pretty good. I even think the foliage looks a little bit different. Also, I'm at 30 frames per second right now, standing up on this rock. Down to 28 right there. But, I mean, the game is running, and I don't feel any lag. Okay, so that's that cloud setting. I think that makes a tremendous difference and is definitely worth doing. Okay, so let's go in now and let's do foliage quality. We'll do that. Hit enter. I really don't see any difference. I'm at 50 frames per second just standing here. So maybe the foliage quality is, yeah, that one doesn't appear to be helpful. I'm actually at lower frame rate. Yeah. Yeah, this one's not particularly helpful. So the foliage quality, no bueno. Yeah, 37. Back up to 60. But I don't see any appreciable difference. I'm back up to 60 now. Up on the rock here. 30, 31. Okay. So I think the only way to shut that off is to exit the game. I think you have to put these in every time you start the game. The obelisk, you could see a difference there, I think, in clarity. Not sure what setting did that. Probably the first one with the clouds. But anyway, all right, so I'm going to exit the game and restart. Okay, so I am running now just through Steam, not using the GeForce Experience, and I'm going to do those same two settings again. Yeah, so the clouds are back to looking like crap. And yeah, it's hazy out by Red Ob, out that way. Take a look at the rocks. I am at 45 frames per second just standing here. Give myself a second to let things render in. We'll run up on this rock. Even the water looks kind of grainy. Look closely. Nice and blue, but grainy. And now I'm at 30 frames per second. So far, I'm still not seeing any lag. Okay, so let's do the first command that I did before, which was the clouds. Or, you know what? What was it I did? Foliage quality. Let's do that one first this time. I don't really see any difference at all when I did that. I guess I should have looked more closely at the foliage before. I'll do that. We'll exit out and we'll do that. I'm at 47 frames, 49 frames. But maybe the GeForce Experience isn't worth it. I don't see any appreciable difference between that and this. So let's put in the other command that I did, which was the clouds. That one makes a big difference for sure. Look at that. So that's a keeper. And I am right now at a clear 60 frames per second. I think it makes everything look better. Get a close-up on the foliage. Yeah. Take a look at what the water looks like. I am on the rock now at 48 frames per second. Dip down real quick to 36. Even the water looks better with the way the clouds are. still slightly pixelated. Or not pixelated, but grainy, I guess is what I should say. But I think just that one setting alone might be good enough. And 48 to 55 frames per second coming off that rock. Okay, so let's exit out there. Okay, so I am not bothering to run the game through GeForce Experience anymore, for this video at least, because I don't think that that's giving us any better performance. It's running through Steam now. Alright, so here we are back with no settings, none of those console settings. Take a look at the foliage. Yeah, I don't really see any I think that foliage one is a waste. Okay. You can see the clouds look like crap. Red ob is just in the haze there. And we go up on the rocks. The rocks don't look as detailed as they did, and the water still looks grainy. So this is with no settings. Of course, the water's going to look grainy. So let's try just the one for the water. So there, console command, water single layer reflection. Let's see what that one does for us. Okay, I see no change at all in the sky, of course. No change here. Take a look at the water. I think I definitely see a difference in the water. Actually, it looks better. Yep, not quite as grainy. A little clearer. So let's use, what am I running at? 45 when I was on the rock. 55, 57. Alright, so let's use the one for the water in tandem with the one for the clouds. The clouds is a keeper. Like I said, we definitely want to use that one all the time. Here we go. Center. And I am at 60 frames per second. Let's get up on this rock. The water. Water looks good. Trees in the distance look good. Nice and blue. I'm at 53 frames. Dip down to 47 there real quick. But I think this looks good with just those two. See, when I'm running, dip down to like 45. Yeah, 45 was the lowest. I'm back up to 60. So it depends, you know, when it's rendering stuff in, it dips down to about 45. Skin on the dynos look good. Yeah, 45 is where it dips down when it's rendering new stuff in. But I'd say this looks pretty good. Alright, so those are two settings, the water and the clouds. So let's see what else we've got there. There's something about shadows. I'm not going to do the foliage anymore. So there's shadow quality and contact shadows. Don't know what the difference is. Let's go shadow quality first. I don't really see any difference. I'm at a steady 60 FPS now. I'm down to 53 when I was running. Let something new render in and let's see what happens. The lowest I dipped down was 53 instead of 45, so definite frame rate improvement with that. I just jumped down to 47. Maybe I spoke too soon. Let's get up on this rock. Water looks good. But 47 right now, looking around at this rock, looking at the detail. Jump back up to 60. All right, let's add that last one in. So that was shadow quality. Let's do contact shadows. Yeah, I don't know. But if anything that did, I don't see any difference, but I'm running at 60, 61 right now. I was just at 48. I'm at 58 right now, running. $60 while I'm hitting the rock. The water looks a little dark, maybe. But the light is changing. Okay, so let's see, what conclusions can I draw here? So the GeForce experience is not helping at all as far as I can tell. As far as the settings go, the console command settings rather, console commands I should call them, it looks like Foliage didn't do anything helpful. Clouds definitely helped. The reflection, water reflection helped. And one of these, I think it was the shadow quality, helped a little bit with respect to frame rates. So I am going to end this video here, and anybody has any comments or suggestions for any further testing we can do, that would be really helpful. And I really appreciate your watching, and I hope you found this helpful. I'm going to continue playing my game a little bit, and we'll see how the game runs. Obviously, I haven't done anything super demanding. I haven't tamed a dyno yet, and haven't ridden a dyno yet. But I'll go ahead and do some of those things, and we'll see how the game progresses. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.